Pool fans, we are back live here at Griff's Billiards in Las Vegas. It's day one of the WPA Players Championship. We've assembled an incredible field of 64 superstars from all corners of the globe competing for around $65,000 in prize money. It's a great event and a great format. Day one here, it's single elimination, race to 7, alternate break. So again, the winner moves on to the round of 32 and the loser is out. Now, let's meet the players for our next match. Firstly, a rising star from the Philippines. Please welcome Jeffrey Ignacio. And his opponent is a Billiard Congress of America Hall of Famer, two-time U.S. Open champion and two-time world champion from Finland, Mika Immonen. All right, let's lag, race to 7, alternate break.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. This is our second feature match of the day. Coming to you live from Griff's Billiards here in Las Vegas. My name is Ben Sutherland. I'm joined in the booth by Jason Kane. Jason, how are you today, sir?
Okay, buddy. That was a good first match we had there.
Yes, it was. We saw Toru come out on top of Alex Kazakis. Match number 2, we've got Jeffrey Ignacio versus Mika Immonen. Promises to be a good match, an excellent match. Two heavy hitters. One of the more up and coming Filipino players, but certainly becoming more and more of a household name, Jeffrey Ignacio. And I'm pretty sure we all have a pretty good line on Mr. Mika Immonen. As Ted Lerner said, this is a race to 7. This is a win by 2 format. So if it ends up going 9-9, we will have a one-rack decider for the match. There'll be a lag. Whoever wins that lag will have the opportunity to break and run for the win and to move on to the final 32. Mika Immonen wins the lag and breaks off here in rack number 1.
Cue ball.
Not an ideal start for Mr. Immonen.
Yeah, he made a ball, but the cue ball got untouched and went straight in the side pocket. For those of you that follow Fargo, Mika's a 785 and Ignacio's a 794. A very even match on paper.
Yeah, about a 9-point difference there.
Yep.
That's about as close as they come.
Now we see it. Hey, I tell you what, this could be a 3-foul type of game.
I was just going to touch on that. We are playing the 3-foul rule, folks. We also have a 3-point rule in effect for the break shot. 3 balls must cross the head string, or 3 balls must be pocketed, or any combination of the two.
I would definitely, put it over here. I would have played safe, lock him between a 4-5. You could also put the 1 towards a 9. You could have a combo with ball in hand. I don't think he's thinking about it, though. He looks like he wants to attack. We will see.
We will. He might opt to be aggressive here, play the 1 and break out the 5 at the same time. Oh, he left all 3 of them alone.
Oh, I see the 4 does go in the side later, and then the 5 will open up, so he can attack here.
There may also be a 4-5 combination on offer. It's a little bit tough to tell from this angle. Excited to see how he decides to handle this.
And Ben, Jeffrey Ignacio, he came out of the qualifiers to make this stage 2 main event.
He did. If I'm not mistaken, he made his way through on, it was either day 1 or day 2 of our qualifying events here. It was day 3, pardon me. Day 3, Mitch Ellerman, Omar Al-Shaheen, Jeffrey Ignacio, and Nick Malai made their way through stage 1 and into stage 2. So Jeffrey was not one of the 48 that were invited. He actually came here, played in some qualifiers, and earned his spot. That was an excellent, excellent shot on the 3-ball there. Drew the cue ball up nicely for position on the 4 in the left-hand side pocket.
Would like to have gone about 6 inches further. We can't tell the angle here.
Yeah, he may have to play, as you say, somewhat of a cannon here.
Yeah.
Break shot. Handles it nicely.
Oh, he looks confident in his first game here.
He does. Should he get out here, he will be breaking in rack number 2 as well. So he could make a very early statement to Mika Immonen. Finnish world champion, former Finnish world champion. Jeff absolutely looking extremely composed and in control. He handled that 3-ball cluster up there very nicely and has been on the proper side of nearly every shot. So he's in good form. Jeff has had 3 or 4 days of practice already in this facility. I believe Mika arrived yesterday. I'm not sure how much practice time he was able to get in before the action today.
Mika Immonen, as Ben was saying, is from Finland. He was actually born in London, England.
Was he really?
Yes.
Little piece of info I didn't even know.
And Jeffrey Ignacio is from the Philippines. Mika was a snooker player before he was a pool player, an accomplished snooker player, made many hundred breaks. But a big mistake by Mika in that first game. Breaking straight into the side pocket with the cue ball.
Yeah, as we've seen a little bit so far today, but a lot during the 4 days of qualifiers leading up to this, the break shot has proved crucial. Super, super important when you're dealing, especially with this caliber of player. Any slip, any open mistake or opportunity can quickly cost you. So a break shot, extremely important. And you can see Jeffrey Ignacio taking his time to make sure he gives himself a nice tight rack. He doesn't want to leave any gaps in between any of the balls. The tighter you can rack them, the better they open up. Jeff Ignacio, similar to Jeff DeLuna, is known for having a big break. However, throughout the qualifiers, I haven't seen the monstrous break that he is fully capable of. And now we see why. He doesn't need to break 100 miles an hour. That was an extremely good break shot. Pockets a ball, makes a legal break, and has a roadmap opportunity here.
Like you were saying earlier, Ben, Jeff Ignacio's had plenty of playing time on these tables. Many days and hours of playing. He was here at night playing long hours. And Mika, I think he'd only played about 45 minutes on these tables just before this match.
Be interesting to see if it pays off for Ignacio having a little extra time on these tables to practice. I also wonder if jet lag may be a bit of a factor for Mika. I'm not sure if he flew in from out of the country or if he was in New York or where he was coming from.
Oh,
I think he got away with it.
he did. He might have played that slightly, actually, to open those up even more. He might be that confident. Ignacio was second in the China Open in 2014. 2015, he won the US Bar Table 8-ball and 10-ball championship.
He is in good form so far this afternoon. just like that. Jeffrey Ignacio off to a dream start, leading Mika Immonen by a scoreline of 2-0.
With this format, Mika has to win this game. He doesn't want to get down 3-0 with Ignacio breaking the next game. Could be over quick. And he's only made one mistake. Hasn't even shot at the ball yet.
No, he hasn't. Yeah. Break and scratch, and that's all he's seen so far. So let's see if he can bounce back from that now.
Cue ball again. Oh, nearly. Going close to that side pocket.
So Mika opting for the cut break. Went from the other side last time, and it tracked toward the left pocket. This time he switched sides of the table. The cue ball tracked toward the right side pocket. So he's going to need to get that cue ball dialed in just a little bit better.
He's made the 1 and 2 ball. And he's got a tough opening shot, but at least he has a shot.
If he doesn't want to be aggressive here, he can play it safe. He does need to hold control of this table. Can't fall down 3-0 in an alternate break format with players of this caliber. It's nearly impossible to come back from. Although we have seen some big swings so far this week. The big guns are all here now.
That's a nice shot there. Beautiful.
This is our second feature match of the day. Our 2 p.m. match, Pacific time, here in Las Vegas.
Our 4 p.m. match is Darren Appleton against Thurston Homan. Mika Immonen, inducted into the BCA Hall of Fame in 2014. Well deserved. Won multiple titles. World 9-ball champion, World 10-ball champion, 2-time US Open champion, multiple Mosconi Cup wins, everything.
Yeah, he's one of the more accomplished pool players and very well deserving of that Hall of Fame spot. 2 years ago this December was the 50th anniversary of the BCA Hall of Fame. And I had the pleasure of picking Mika Immonen up from the airport for that event, amongst other Hall of Famers from the day, but he was quite the character on the ride back. I picked up him and Allison Fisher in the same trip, and they go way back as well. So just imagine me in the front seat and those two in the back, catching up, joking with each other. It was a fun trip.
This has been a nice out by Mika with that tough opening shot and excellent position on the 4 he got.
He said, I'm going to switch hands and shoot this on you. That's pretty strong right there to get down in one stroke opposite-handed the money ball.
Brings it back to 2-1, Ignacio. Both players looking very good.
They both are, yes. Mika hasn't made any mistakes yet, aside from that error on break number 1. On his second break, he was able to break and run. I don't believe Ignacio's missed a ball yet. So we're being treated to some fantastic pool. And for the next 4 days, it will continue.
Nothing. Until now. 7-ball on the side. But the wing ball didn't go, which he was planning.
And one ball's landed a little tricky, too.
Yeah. Tough opening shot. Looking at the combination.
I don't know if I like that combo. Almost like the bank a little bit better, but oh, he had more of the rail to. That was beautiful. My goodness, he made that look super easy. He had a little more rail to play with for position than I thought. I thought he might be going into the point of that side pocket with the cue ball.
Yeah, he made that look easy, but it didn't look easy to us.
Yeah, he certainly did make that look extremely easy. And that can be intimidating too. I wouldn't say so much for a person of Mika's caliber, because he's seen and done it all. But if you're, an amateur, semi-pro, or even a slightly newer pro, when you're playing against somebody that is a fast-paced player and extremely deadly, it's intimidating when you can watch your opponent run around. Jason Shaw is a perfect example of that as well. He is, on top of being, well, Jason Shaw to begin with, he plays extremely fast, and that can certainly play on your opponent's mind.
How about Chris Melling?
Chris Melling as well. Yeah,
once he gets going.
Yeah, there's a handful of them that can turn it on and turn up that speed just a little bit, and that adds some intimidation for sure. Meanwhile, Jeff is looking absolutely perfect. Suppose I should knock on wood, because I've commentator cursed a few players throughout the week.
I'm going to say something. I think he's out here.
Don't jinx him.
It's impossible, is it? Oh, they are. We're safe.
So, folks, we're getting to see some perfect pool so far.
Only mistake anyone's made is imminent scratching on the break. That's it. Perfect otherwise.
We've seen 4 tables run. 3 of them have been break-and runs. 2 by Mr. Ignacio. 1 break-and run by Mr. Immonen. And a run out from a scratch on the break. Jeff got out from Mika's error. And that, at this moment, is proving to be the swaying factor in this match at the moment.
Now, both times his cue ball, well, once it went in the side and once it was close. Let's see what happens this time.
I think he needs to turn up the power a little bit and go with the head ball break. He opted to cut it again.
Wow.
It was legal. It took me a second to realize that the 6 ball, we do have a 3-point rule on the break shot. He pocketed 1 ball, and I see 1 past the head string, but the 6 ball did come up and then come back down table. So completely legal. Excellent starting shot on the deuce. Mika takes a moment to reset. I love it when a player stands up and resets. Shows you that they weren't exactly comfortable or didn't like what they saw the first time.
Excellent shot there. That was a key shot. Once you get on this ball, it makes it, everything opens up. Especially with a 6, 7, 8, 9 all in the same half of the table for later on. Nice shot.
Mika has made the transition from maple to carbon composite. Seems to be a trend that's catching on quite quickly. Any experience yourself with any of those carbon fiber or carbon composite shafts yet, Mr. Kane?
No, I'm old school. I haven't hit a ball with these. I've got my Dufferin Sneaky Pete. About 22 ounces that I've been banging them balls away with for many years. Works for me.
So another break and run. This time Mika was able to successfully pocket a ball in the break. Again. And ran out. So we've seen some perfect pools so far.
Ben, have you hit balls with these new carbon fiber shafts?
I have. As a matter of fact, our official cue sponsor of this event, Predator Cues, happens to be my sponsor.
Oh.
So
let's bump him up 20 Fargo points then.
I've been well equipped with all the Predator gear I can handle. Absolutely love them. Thank you so much. Karim, Brett, Jessica, Max, Janie.
Maybe they can send me like a towel or something for my cue case or something.
I'll get you one.
Or patch.
I think I've got a few of those here.
And we have to mention some of the sponsors and equipment we're playing on. The Andy 988 cloth, diamond tables, Cyclop Hyperion balls, and the Master Billiard chalk. And this is a WPA event, World Pool Billiard Association event, produced by CSI. Five ball.
5 balls down. The 1 and 2 past the head string. It is a successfully legal break. However, the 3 ball has reared its ugly nose and proposed a bit of an issue here. Jeff's got a couple of options. I know he really wants to attack. I'm not sure how handy he is with the jump cue. He has gone and switched cues. I think he went from his break cue to his playing cue right there.
You can still push out, of course, as well.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, he's got a number of options here.
He missed the wing ball then. The 5 ball went up in one of the top pockets. He's pushing out.
I wondered if he would push out to a jump. It doesn't appear that that's what he wanted. Maybe kind of daring Mika to take it on. However, that's not exactly an excellent jump opportunity here. Let's see what Mika decides to do. Mika decides to pass it back. I think I agree with that.
Wow.
Jeff taking no time to get down and attempt the cross bank. Nearly made it.
I think he's left it. Good chance for Mika here to tie it up.
So that's the first ball we've seen missed. We've seen one mistake from both players, a scratch from Mika on the break and a missed pot from Ignacio. So Mika now has the opportunity to steal back that game that was stolen from him in rack number 1.
Mika just putting the extension on his cue. Oh, came up a little short there.
A little bit funny.
This is tough, actually, I think. It's a very thin cut if it doesn't go in a corner. Yeah, he doesn't like it. You can see the way he's looking here.
He's got some thinking to do here. He would have liked that cue ball to travel another foot or so.
He's looking at the cut. Well, we'll see. Cue ball is going to be moving. See what his cue ball goes. I know it was going to be flying. Hey, this might work out.
He was able to keep it on a straight line, the cue ball, which is tough to do on a shot like that when you're hitting it so hard and you're colliding with another ball. A little bit of a tester on the floor.
Oh.
Gosh. Well, Mika gives the opportunity back to Ignacio. Didn't expect that.
That was all caused by the position from the 2 to the 3 coming up short there, Ben.
Correct. You're absolutely right, sir. Well, we got a funny rack coming here, folks. We went from 5 racks of perfect pool to 2 or 3 missed balls. Look for Mika to take advantage of this opportunity, though he did come up a little short of position here on the 6. He may elect to run into the 7 ball here, kind of creating a shot, which he's done very nicely. So Mika looking good to tie the scoreline back up at 3 apiece. And now Mika will have an opportunity to take the lead. Folks, we're coming to you live from Griff's Billiards here in lovely Las Vegas. Talk about a couple more of our sponsors and give a little praise. Thank you to How Tips, H-O-W Tips. Predator Cues, the official cue of CueSports International. Big thank you to the Rio Hotel and Casino. Got a few events coming up there in July. Stay tuned for more details on those. You can also check out playcsipool.com/events for information on those. This event has been produced by CSI.
Was that legal? He made a ball.
He made
I
a
don't
ball,
think so.
and only the 3 ball came up and back down. Both players instantly realize it. So Jeffrey Ignacio has the option to take this on without the option of a push, or he can pass it back to Mika Immonen to take on, who will have the option to push. Very unique break format.
Ben,
like it.
have you seen this format before when you've been commentating, or was this the first time, this event? The break format like this, the 3-point?
Yes, I've seen this.
You've seen it?
I've commentated on,
Oh, okay.
on the 3-point format, yes. And I agree with it too. It basically eliminates any soft breaking, any specific pattern racking. You're forced to get up there and give those balls a good whack. And you're still not exactly guaranteed, even if you crush those balls. If you don't pocket anything, you're not always guaranteed to get 3 past the head string.
Yeah, I like it as well.
I think it really takes a little bit of funny work out of it, and causes the breaker to really have to hit him hard.
Meanwhile, he has a blue 2-ball on the side, and he's looking how to attack this 3 and 9. Will he go behind it, or will he move it, or will he just hook himself? He took the latter option.
Not a good shot there from Jeff. Not sure what he was trying to accomplish there.
I think he was just trying to play perfect position and go further up in between the 7 and 9 and get a 3 in a corner, but he underhit it by far, and the spin took effect too early or something.
I think trying to spin through that window and land in such a small space was a pretty tall order. I think personally I'd have blasted into him and taken what I got. You know, if I have an opening for an aggressive shot, I'll be aggressive. If not, I'll play safe.
So Mika has ball in hand. He was just checking about the 5 and 6 for later. Does the 5-ball go by the 6?
The 3-9 must be just a little bit too close together to combo.
Oh, so the 3 goes on the side. That's what he was playing for, Ignacio. Just slowly between there, not like further. And it was a very delicate attempt. I mean, a tiny window he was playing for there earlier.
Well, knowing what we know now, that it did go in the side, he actually kind of had 2 shots on offer, Jeff did. If he undershot it, he was hooked, which he did. But if he overshot it a little bit, he would have had the corner as an option as well, the lower left corner.
He just didn't want to hit underneath that 7-ball full like he did and get dead hooked. Yeah. Any other place, he's okay.
So Mika looking to take heavy advantage of that scratch.
Going for the extension again, I think maybe he's thinking about. Stretching a little bit.
Thought about the extension, and he might be going for the rest or opting to shoot left-handed. Yeah, he's going for the extension, I believe.
Jeffrey Ignacio was looking very good, but then he's made a few mistakes. And that bank on the 4, that Immonen missed a bad 4 early in the game before, and then Ignacio went straight up there and missed the bank, and it changed the whole match.
As you can tell, folks, there is no shot clock rule in effect for this event. He didn't waste any time on that. Did he get up high enough? I think he may have just gotten there. Oh yeah, he's perfect. Both of these players playing in the U.S. Open next week as well. Down the road at Mandalay Bay.
First time Mika takes the lead in this match.
My thoughts exactly.
I thought you had a story about Mika. Didn't you have something?
I kind of touched on it a little bit. It wasn't much of a story. It was the picking him up from the airport and the conversation between he and Allison, which I will keep low key. But it was just a lot of fun. Super cool day. Got to pick up about 12 or 15 ex players, all living Hall of Famers, coming in for the 50th anniversary banquet in the Moscone Cup 2 years ago.
Wing ball did not go in. Nothing went in.
Nothing fell. 3 balls did pass. The 4 ball came up and back around. The 1 and 2 clearly past the head string, as we can see on our screen here.
In 2001, when Mika went to Cardiff to play in a WPA 9-ball World Championship, I went with him. He actually stayed in my house in London before the event. And he ended up, that was his, I think, maybe one of his biggest wins, a first World Championship. It was an amazing time. And I've been banned, and this is a true story, from the bookies in London. And these are legal, everything's legal. I am not allowed to bet. They've banned me because I won so much money.
Oh my gosh.
I did, I won so much money. I had Mika, then a few years later I had Thurston Homan at 1,000 to 1, and he won. They had no idea what they were doing. I had him at 1,000 to 1, and I am banned from betting in certain Stan James and a few bookmakers.
Wow.
But they were some good days.
Who in the world would put Thorsten off at 1,000 to 1?
It was before he had won anything. I knew about him, but obviously they
You
didn't.
said this was back in 2001?
Whenever Thorsten
or so.
Yeah, he won. He won in 2003, Thorsten, and I had him at 1,000 to 1.
Wow.
But I had Mika when we went 2001. I had Mika as well. We had a nice party that night.
I would imagine so. You got a cooler story about Mika than I do. You got to stay with him. That's pretty neat. Or he stayed with you.
Yeah.
I've got a pool player staying at my house here in Las Vegas too. American pool player by the name of Brandon Schuff.
Oh, he made it here because he was delayed or something.
He made it, yeah. There was some connecting flight issues out of Atlanta last night. An unexpected miss there from Mika. Very fortunate to leave the 4-ball snooker behind the 9.
Mika shaking his head. He knows it was a bad miss there. Wow, he did get fortunate, didn't he?
Yes, he did. But yes, getting back to what I was saying, Brandon was able to navigate some things around. Delta Airlines got him straightened out, and he landed here at 10 o'clock this morning. So he's at the house right now just relaxing, kind of preparing for his 7 o'clock match this evening against the legendary Ralph Souquet. That'll be a good match too.
Ignacio hits the 4-ball, but leaves it over the hole. Can Mika get to this ball? If not, I'm sure he'll be able to kick it in.
We may see a little bit of swerve one way or another here. Is that helping your angle?
No, I'm leaning in the monitor again. I don't know what I'm doing.
Nicely spun.
Might be hooked. No, he's gonna have the gap, I think.
It's always the problem with that shot, is controlling the cue ball.
Most likely playing safe here. Not the best of safeties. Oh, no, it's okay. It worked out.
That particular position right there where you see the Q and 5 seems to be a shot that's played in snooker a lot now.
Yeah.
A lot more so than it was years prior. I'm trying to become more familiar with the game of snooker. I've watched a lot of it, but I still don't have a 100% understanding of all the rules and aspects of it. Trying to pick up on it, but I do see that shot being played quite often, especially when it's just one remaining ball, or if you're playing. Some folks play one ball, one pocket as well, and that's again effective. Very similar shot. Same shot, just played it the opposite way. And if you're just tuning in, or if you don't recall, my co-commentator Jason Kane announcing a little while ago our next feature match at 4 p.m. Pacific time. Be Thorsten the Hitman Homan versus Dynamite Darren Appleton. So we have some incredible matches. It's tough to believe these are all first round matches as well too. You could see some of these matches being final matches. The best players from around the world.
Ignacio sold out a little bit there.
He did. Mika wants to take full advantage. And that was an excellent shot there by Mika. He can just roll this in naturally with a little bit of left-hand spin. Play a stop shot, maybe drop back 6 inches or so. We stunned the 9 down. Not a big fan of that because he puts the 9 in a tougher position. And he's shaking his head. I think he realizes he kind of rushed that. Didn't need to do that. He's okay. He'll be all right. But made his work a little tougher.
Oh,
my gosh.
Looky here.
Oh, my.
Wow. He's going to go on tilt. Let me see what he's doing. Just goes to show you, all the amateurs out there, anyone can miss anything. That's why you never know what's going to happen. And also, if that was a case ball and 8 ball, always make them shoot it. Never ever concede a game, because anyone can miss anything, including that shot.
Jeffrey had an opportunity there. It wasn't the easiest of pockets, but I still expected him to make it, but we also expected Mika to make the previous shot on the side. So I'm going to stop expecting things. I feel like I put the curse on them at times.
Ben, we've gone from an almost perfectly played match, about 3-2 score, to quite a few mistakes backwards and forwards in the last few games.
The last 2 have been a little bit scrappier than the first 5. You see Mika taking a good look at this. That 8 ball's pretty deep in the jaws. It's not as easy of a shot as it looks, folks. It's easy to make that ball. It is tough to control the cue ball for a perfect position.
Wow, he drew it back. What a shot. That's an amazing
But
shot.
when you're Mika Immonen,
oh, wow. I don't know. People might not know how tough that shot was.
The Iceman handles his business, takes a 5-3 lead, and will be breaking off in rack number 9. So costly mistake there from Ignacio when given a golden opportunity by Mika.
Both times Ignacio, Mika's made a big mistake. He missed the purple 4 ball a couple of games ago. Then Ignacio didn't take advantage. He missed the bank. This time, Mika missed an easy 8 ball. And again, Ignacio didn't take advantage. There might be...
It's been scrappy back and forth the last couple of games.
Let's see Mika's cue ball, where it goes.
Mika opting for the cut break. The second ball didn't move until it got kicked by the 2 ball. Second ball meaning it was the 6 ball itself, but when a ball doesn't move on the break, that tells me that there was a slight gap somewhere in the rack.
2-9 combo maybe. Oh no, he's just electing a run out.
Hit that very nicely. He might be a little bit straight here. Trying to get a look at his face. Maybe I can read some body language to see whether or not he likes the shot. You can see he's not extremely thrilled with it, but he's not dead straight. He does have a little bit of angle, but it's going to take a very firm, elevated shot to pocket this ball and get back up table with the cue ball.
The 6 ball is a problem here.
He could try and draw straight back, but no, like so. That's a risky shot, but he hit it very well. Could have easily flirted with that side pocket, as he has done so a couple of times already through this match.
Yeah, he's thinking ahead about that 6. That's all he's doing now, thinking about that 6. How to get the best angle to get down on the 6 after the 5. Oh, nice bounce there. He's got perfect angle now.
Yeah, that worked out really well. I think he can just kind of stun draw this in between the 6 and the 8. Oh, he's going into the rail. That's a little smarter, I think. Gives himself a bigger entry angle. Very educated shot right there. Oof. That one caught the rail about 3 diamonds out. So he got down and rushed a tough shot a moment ago. And now he's thinking and taking his time on the easier one. It's fun to watch the mental warfare going on the table. So after what looked like Jeff gonna be in command of this whole match has quickly turned around. Mika Immonen is now on the hill. Jeffrey Ignacio trailing by a score of 6-3. Jeff needs them all. Mika needs 1. Jeff will be breaking here in rack number 10. This is a standard 9-ball rack, 1 on the spot, the 9 in the middle. The 2-ball and the rest of the balls do not matter as far as position in the rack. You can see Jeff turned it up a little bit there. Hit it a little firmer than he's hit most of his other breaks. Quickly resigns to his chair. Breaks dry, but it is legal. Mika will likely be pushing out here. It's just a matter of finding the best spot for him to push to. He's trying to put the 8 on top of the 2, making it a little bit more difficult. He's left an edge of the 1, but I don't know if he's left enough to pocket the 1. Hasn't. So Jeff with a little bit of a crafty safety attempt there. Tried to spin the cue ball up and around the 3 with some inside English.
Mika's going to attempt to kick safe. Cue ball behind a 3-ball after this. Did he get it? No.
That was a good call though, Mr. Kane.
Thank you. So Jeffrey Ignacio needs to take advantage of this opportunity. Nice shot.
Both these players play with really good pace. They don't waste any time. Could have scheduled this match for 1 hour.
Maybe we'll get on the table and hit a few balls around afterwards.
We'd have the whole building asking us for action. I know I would anyway.
Oh yeah, no, me too. I'd go into witness protection to avoid these guys.
Fortunately, I'm friends with a few of them, so they know better. They don't want to take advantage of their buddy. Although some of them would love to just tear me to pieces. And everybody else they face, friend or foe. We are using the new Cyclop Hyperion pool balls. We'll get a couple of looks throughout this week's action of the new cue ball and the new design on the 9 ball. It's pretty unique, pretty cool. Heard some good things from the players. Personally haven't had an opportunity to play with this particular ball set yet. But so far we've been hearing some really good things. Cyclop also happens to be one of our feature sponsors, so we thank them. Jeffrey Ignacio certainly handling his business at the moment, which he desperately needs to do. He's given away a couple of golden opportunities after opening the match with a few absolutely perfect racks. He's now back within 2. It will be Mika's break. I believe. That's what the players are discussing right now, just to make sure they're on the same page. Yep.
So, as I was saying earlier, this is a World Pool Billiard Association event. This is the first time staging its own ranking event. Ian Anderson, the president of the WPA, is here. And to quote him, he says, hopefully this event will be just the first of more to follow. So this is great news for the players.
Yes, it is. It's great news for pool.
Yes. And WPA is the international governing body for pool, formed in 1987.
If I'm not mistaken, Ian is from Australia.
Yes, Sydney, Australia.
I'd like to give a little shout out to the director as well, Ishan Singh. Very, very nice gentleman. Had the pleasure of meeting and speaking with him over the last few days. Very intelligent man. Doing big things for the sport. So, Mr. Ignacio with an opportunity here. 3-ball looks to be a little bit tricky.
Not sure if that was a legal break. Might not have been.
You may be right, although the players have been
We're not sure.
pretty attentive. I'm not sure either. It happened so quickly, didn't get a chance to. Wow.
Yeah, these players will probably know they're quite sharp, Mika.
Yeah,
I don't think anything's going to get by Mika.
No.
He's very experienced.
Mika was the breaker there.
Oh, Mika was?
Yeah. I thought so.
Oh, I don't know what happened then. I wasn't thinking. I'm just listening to our production assistant.
Oh, that was a creative, crafty shot right there. Played the 2-ball carom to break out the 3 and the 8. He wasn't heavily rewarded with position, but I don't fault him for attempting that. Very nice cross bank. Where's the cue ball going?
It's a little tester,
Certainly is.
especially when your opponent's on the hill.
Yeah, it's almost a do or die shot right here for Mr. Ignacio.
Jacking up. Jacking up. Wow, he made it. I thought he missed it for a second.
Mika thought he missed it for a second, too. Mika kind of leaned forward like he was going to get up and didn't realize that 5 was going to brush its feet on the way in. Very, very nice stroke there from Jeff. Opted to draw the cue ball all the way back up table, knowing he's got plenty of room for that cue ball to land for ideal position. He could have just taken his medicine and left the cue ball where it was. He opted to pull out that big stroke, which gained him better position on the 7. Probably built him a little bit of confidence, lets him get that back arm flowing a little more. Again, another big draw stroke, ends up perfect. There's a pretty decent look at that new Cyclop Hyperion 9-ball. A little bit different. So again, Jeff handles his business. The score is now 6-5. Jeff DeLuna will be breaking with the opportunity to tie it up. And we could see our first Hill-Hill match of the day.
It would have to keep going, though, if it went Hill-Hill.
We would, yes. It's win by 2.
If Mika wins this game here, it would be over, though, 7-5.
Correct.
But Ignacio wins, we'll have to keep going to win by at least 2, unless he gets to 9-9, and then it would be just sudden death, 1 game. Oh, they're taking it. Ignacio's taking a timeout. So Ben is going to sing a little song he had planned for us while we're waiting. What was that song you wanted to sing, Ben?
Actually, while the players are on break, we're going to go ahead and break as well, folks. We'll be back in just a moment. All right, that was a quick little break for Mr. Ignacio and Mr. Immonen there. Hit the reset button, maybe throw a little water on their faces, wash their hands, use the restroom, grab a drink, maybe just take a moment to walk away from the table and clear your head. Anybody who's been in a high dollar or high pressure match such as this can understand and relate to that.
I was going to ask Ben to sing a song, but as soon as I said that, he shut the mics down.
That was quick to put that to rest.
So my little joke there, I got shut down. So. I'll get Carl later, though, in the next match.
You folks already have to listen to me talk for a week on end. I don't think you want to hear me sing. We'll have people asking for their money back on the pay-per-view. Rack number 12.
He made a ball.
He made a ball, 3 balls or more across the head string.
Shot on the 1 ball, blue 2 ball, and 3 ball next to each other down table. If he gets on the 2 ball, should be out and tied up Hill-Hill. No, not Hill-Hill, 6-6.
Yeah, at that point, it's not Hill-Hill.
Yeah, it's not Hill. We're used to
Little
saying
bit
Hill-Hill
different,
in
yeah.
our mind, but it wouldn't be.
You see Jeff point where he wants the cue ball. as we saw in the last track, the draw stroke is something he is extremely dangerous with. It's pretty close. He didn't quite get where he wanted. He's on the wrong side of the 3-ball here. He's probably looking to pocket this in the lower left, take the cue ball 3 rails behind the 8 and back down around.
I think he's
near
going
the
to float
4.
it in slowly.
You think so?
I think he's going to play it in the bottom left. The cue ball hit the 9 and just lag over to the left. But I can't see, you know, it's one of those shots.
Yeah. I didn't think the cue ball could track into the 9.
I could be completely wrong then. You know what, let me put my glasses on. Hold on a second. Let me have a look here. Oh, yeah, now he's looking at your shot.
You can see on the side of that 9-ball, folks, as we fade away. It's a very unique new 9-ball. I'm really a fan of these new Hyperion pool balls. They're very bright.
Must be just a complicated. Now he's looking at the float shot. It's a complicated angle. No, he's looking to come around, like you're saying. I mean, this is a huge shot.
It is.
Could be the match if he messes it up.
It's a shot that I see a lot of the Filipino players hit very well. They seem to navigate the cue ball through traffic extremely well. He doesn't like it.
Yeah.
I don't think he's afraid of the side pocket coming into play. I'm not sure.
Obviously, the lag float shot is definitely not on because he hasn't even thought about it once. He keeps looking up table.
He could opt to cross bank this and leave it kind of under the 3-ball, take the cue ball. If he can avoid the 9, take the cue ball up table.
Could you not just jack up here and just go into the 9 and then push off to the left, off the 9? I don't know, maybe not. Well,
he did what I thought he was going to do from the first shot. Different result.
This could be it.
Look where it ended up, yep. So Mika's 7 balls away.
Ignacio there, he took a long time to decide, but when he got down, he kind of half-heartedly, you know, he just hit it. I didn't like that kind of part of it.
Yeah, he didn't seem to be completely convinced, did he?
No.
Mika, again, fully willing to take advantage of an excellent opportunity. Got 2 options here. Both of them look really cool. You can draw it back a lot. You can run it forward a lot.
Cue ball.
Watch out, 8-ball.
He's okay. Just. Nice shot there, going nowhere near the side pocket. For you those watching, those of you watching at home.
Absolutely keeping the side pocket out of the equation. So Ignacio's going to be a little bit dejected. Came out to a perfect start, had a nice, what looked like commanding control of the table. Mika Immonen said, "Let me show you what a former world champion can do."
The Iceman putting the chill on Ignacio.
Mika Immonen takes down Jeffrey Ignacio by a score of 7-5. Our next match will be in 1 hour. We will have Thorsten the Hitman Homan versus Dynamite Darren Appleton. Alongside Jason Caden, my name is Ben Sutherland. We will see you in 1 hour. Thank you so much, folks, for tuning in.